Well, just tuning in and all the things that we see, like this Jody, it was on every channel here, all the local channels. I'm not even going to say their names, numbers, who cares, but they're part of it. So it's gotten so that the movies we see are not really there. It's just a picture they're implanting in our minds. It's just a picture they're implanting in our minds. And the sounds that we hear aren't really the sounds that we hear. From obstacles of whatever. So the do-overs with the actors and their speaking parts that they're given, that are written out as in a transcript for programming, for hypnotizing people. And they say and they do over the voices in the movies as they do over the sounds that are made in the structures of the movement in the movies. Everything's a do-over. Everything that we see there is not really real. And their behaviors, is that really real? How can you imagine yourself to be bringing one out of the depth of life, of murder after murder and killing, murdering and raping and pillage and killing, since, clear back to where, as far as we know, time began, because that's all we've ever known. And this Christ life that comes in and touches your soul, you just have to let it. When it touches that makes you become alive in your mind and not just in your body. The energies that we have, that the way they reside and how we extinguish them and let them out is what means the most of all. And the lower quadrant of the energies can be drawn up at energies. I mean, it stays there, but the amount of it, the build of it, bring it up. And it just comes into your minds. And it's like all the things that you knew, all the roof that's been covered over us in this murderous kind of beginnings gets concealed and congealed and compressed. The ceiling is gone and the heights are all there. The heights are all here. All we have to do is, there's a noise outside of a motorcycle. No, it's not a motorcycle. That's a small engine. So that's what that was the other day. I was standing outside. I actually saw something, but there was other noise in the area at the time, and I couldn't hear the actual sound of it, but that would be what it would be like. Now I've just matched up that sound that I heard just now to the thing that's making the sound. Over a week ago. But he probably gets a lot of miles to the gallon. a lot of miles to the gallon. And that means the most of all. We gotta get a lot of miles to the gallon. Or why ride this earth out and bother with its resources at all? Why even bother at all? When you get stuck here waiting on ships here, and there's the human population that is to be played and laid and whatever it is willed, that be willed with, because it seems, as we see from the onslaught coming to America from the Muslim herd, that they just don't understand, and they're just going to let them come over and just take over. No fighting at all. Who cares? Doesn't really matter, But with that wave, that tsunami, the damage that can be done is the problem. And that's a severe problem. I just saw a vid that, I don't know what this kid did. I don't really know who these people were. They could say they were this or that or whatever, but I could see those men around in fatigues and weapons, and that's a young kid there, There were some said 9 and some said 11. He could have been, I don't know about the country or the type of people, but, they could have been nearing 13. And they're all around him, smacking or whatever. I didn't get into seeing exactly. I'd have to watch it again, and I don't want to see that again. And then they back away from him several feet, at least 10 feet. Kind of circular, 3/4 circular, because there was a building right there, a corner building and behind him. And they just let go of their weapons and spam up, like, geez, what do you have? Everybody wants to take a shot. It's not like, when you have the guys all lined up on the firing line and one person in there has the ammo. Yeah, we'll do it. And you don't really want to do it because how we feel, we don't want to do that. But that's awful, and that's a sin, and God, please forgive us. If it ever comes to that point where we have to make that kind of a sin, and have to kill someone. And that's what's going to be drawn down to from these fools because of that tsunami wave and the crap and crud that it creates in the wake of it, everybody's going to get what everybody's going to get. And after either who stomps on who, it still remains the same. No matter who steps on who is who at the top of the who, for just a who of a moment of a who. Can you follow that? Maybe I should say it in another word. I wonder what that would sound like in another language. I have to do that. I'll have to. How about an example like the donkeys and the elephants, playing this game, and who wants to be on top? Because this is the most important. No, who wants to be on top? Because this is the most important. No, who. Well, some are who, and who are others, and who is, wow, we've got them so dazed out there right now, and we got them so controlled and hypnotized. We'll just keep having elections, okay? And, we'll watch their vote, and we'll see their votes, but, we're going to elect whoever we want to because we can just get in and play with them and fuck up their minds so bad. It's quite humorous, if you were into that sort of life fixture. But there comes a point when that, too, reeks. Is all from such things reek. And that's just the way it is. Get in touch with, feel that love, that spirit, that will that's flowing, it's in the air, and have those thoughts and think it in. You know, we have to stop in this busy life, in this world and all that we're doing. We have to stop. We have to breathe it in. And you know, that this understanding of that controlling, when this comes out, this is to all people. You know, there won't be nothing left of them. There won't be nothing down, some kind of a force down underneath that's pushing up and trying to enforce something on someone. There won't be that kind of a heap. And with that heap gone, burnt and spoiled, ashes forever, never remembered, then that's the death of that once started tsunami that's inflowing, do you hear? And it flows and inflows back upon itself, taking out all of its members. Muslims are so sorry if you never come to understand Christ. But if you're still here preaching and reaching with this device that's been implanted in your brains, we will kill you all till there's none of you left that will ever have any understanding of what you are even about. History, we will take you out of all books, so it will never be put into the minds of any being on the earth. Now that's what I'm talking about. You know, that's kind of, I never, you know, for me it's breathtaking. And I've gone through some of the things that I've talked about, how I had to teach, you know, the talk thing, you know, speech. If you ever listened, well, it seemed that breathing was a part of it I never really caught on to, you know. You know, because it's such a natural thing for me, you know. And to talk and to be and to feel and how it is of a much slower remnants, and it flows, remnants, and it's life, and you open your life, your ears, your mind, your thinking, your taught, and your touch, and in your mind. Where's God, the Creator, our Father from heaven, whose will to now come down to be on earth as it is in heaven, and uncover the entire world population until no one understands anything other than the Creator of all, our Father, our God, the Creator. And his thoughts came to a shard that now all can look up. Now again, you have to say this in some other kind of words. No, I think not. I've got over 200 vids on YouTube. Just go back to the first ones and just start watching. Just watch them. Some are short, some are long. And you'll come to how I'm understanding what I'm understanding now. about God and Christ in this world and what it means and its powers be, and the evil that ever tries to come against that, it can never be pronounced. There's nothing will be left of that world, of those people. They called them Muz, started with the M. Nobody knows them. God, it must have been just someone's dream, like a nightmare. Yeah, that's how I remember it. It was a nightmare. And then, you wake up and, we can make it be. We can bring it through. We can bring it to true. But there has to be a stop button. And that's April the 1st. So January, February, March, whatever right now, 5th or something, 6th, I don't know. Not important right now. Oh, man. That's just another way to put it. Yeah, I think that's enough said. Whoa. Excuse me. Oh, I've been laying here a while. I need to move. I got 5 minutes into a movie and God, jeez, I don't even want to. I have no interest there right now. So I probably ought to get this published so I can get some more word out. Because I thought some pretty decent thoughts through this. And see, I guess that's what they mean when they're talking about, I don't breathe enough. But when I do breathe enough, it puts more volume in my voice for it to be heard. And if it's anything good, as they can all be good when it comes in that understanding of the things that can happen on April the 4th is to move in, surround their forts, their fortification. They're called mosque. And I have that swords, a moon, half moon, something sliced, whatever, and a sword. That are the places. And surround them. Get those horns, those stadium horns, bring one and blow it. Blow it as loud as you can. We're sending them a message. You people had better go back to Siam or wherever it is that you come from, whatever your thoughts made you believe. You better go cease and desist and return to that land that you owe your allegiance to, and to never return. But you will go down against all those others because of a little gift of understanding that you've come from knowing America and our God and that energy force and that love. You know within yourselves that is wrong. What comes from Islamic creature things of thoughts to produce, to create, to make people do. My God. Then they'll see what is to pay, that no greater gift can someone give than to give their life for a cause of the real God and the love from the will from the Father from our heaven created in this moment. And it was a shard that brought it through from Christ. It has to be. Don't lay no title on me, because this is for everyone. Not, hey, remember that guy, that shard. Well, I knew him in so many ways. But some people had thought better and good of me at times. And that brings me to how are these moments to develop and then breathe and breed in these genes and these cells, because they will be mighty children, renowned children of your seed. Wow. A little bit. I don't know how people, the reactions that I see them feel when I laugh. And I feel the reactions. And that's all pretty funny. Well, well, I better sign this thing off now, because that's just another way of putting it. See how it just goes on and on and on. But then, who else knows this? To complete this, to spread this. That's another thought. And it just goes on, and how another way to say it, to bring it, to join it. And when I go out, and that person feels it, 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 everyone we see, we all connect everywhere. Everybody feels it, everybody feels it, everybody feels it, everybody feels it. Everybody feels. And then that comes back. You see, that's just another way of how to say it, how to be it, how to bring it. So then, I won't lose or cause no harm. Things will be even and equal. No lives taken. Funds. What are the funds to be taken when there's so much of each other's we can give to help to maintain? It's just that corporations have gone insane by making us insane and believing to hurry, to worry, to buy and spend more and things. And as we're out of touch, then we've grown too many. There's too many people. There's too many people. And you know what they're going to do when there's too many people? The way they control us through our movies and our TV and the things that we don't really see. But hey, listen back. That's just like another way of saying how to say this, to be this, to be this, to breathe this. And we're all with that kind of a connection and feeling and love. And how you doing? And you hold them, I like holding them, because there's just these moments there where and you hold the next person and The next person, no. The next person, no. I remember holding a person, no. Yes, I remember holding a person. Yes, I remember holding that person, and it's like that when I remember you. Through the eons of the ages of the times from whence came and gone to now be, I remember you deep within my heart, and I held you as close as any lovers could ever be. And that's how I feel when I feel, I felt that. Oh yes, I felt that. But that's just another way of how to say it to get you there to where we're all outside and we just slow down. And there's this M word thing that used to be that was in this big wave that settled down. It was like muckety muck stuff, smeared all over, and then like that stuff that was like a flood from wherever, however many years ago. Who cares? You don't even bring it up anymore. And all the walls come tumbling down. April 4th, sounds of the stadium horns surround all the mosque. That this will come to be. That's just another way of saying what I'm trying to say to you, to get